Yes lads, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing Ruben Amorim's 3-4-3. And whilst it's not working in real life at United, we're going to make it work in the imaginary world of Football Manager. So anyway, let's get straight into it. Okay, so here we can see we've got the basic phase 1 of the build down. So starting at keeper, got a sweeper keeper in support. We've got just to take more risks on there. I've not put any other instructions on. Then we've got ball playing defenders across all three centre backs. And I've just got the one in the middle on stopper, so they're going to push a little bit higher in the middle. Ordinarily, when you watch United play, it's Martinez that does this on the left. So potentially we might move to that in phase 2, but in phase 1 I'm just going to try it in the centre. Feels like it should be a bit more solid. So we've got to take more risks on the one in the centre for the stopper, just so they can push forward of the defensive line and get up against those midfielders. Yoro, just take more risks because of ball playing and to hold the position, and Martinez, we've got him holding position too. Next up we've got Malacia, and here we've got him on automatic wide back. So the idea is that he's going to be sort of up here when we're in possession. He's going to form part of that midfield. He's going to be up at the top of the pitch, so we've got him to stay wider, shoot left often, cross from deep and cross more often. So what I want him to do is get down the outside on the overlap and cross it from the byline, low crosses, whipping him in. And that's what we're looking for from that. And we've just literally got a mirror of that on the other side for the right wing back. Then obviously Agati does what he does, right? Agati does Agati things, and Agati things are tackling and getting to his men. So we've got this guy on ball winning midfield on support. We've got Menu on deep line playmaker. We've got Ericsson and Mount both on attacking midfielder, and then we've got the pressing as Højlund. In possession, I've got overlap left and right. A bit of a mixed passing. I don't want it too short. I want a bit of directness, particularly down the wings. I want it super high pace, so we've got that tempo up at the highest. We're not going to time waste. We're going to run at the defence, cause some errors, and we're going to be more expressive. We've got the attacking width as narrow at the moment, just because we've got a lot of width naturally with these guys, so they're going to be stuck to those touch lines, those wing backs. So they should provide us a width, so keep it narrow in the centre. That's the plan, and we're going to pass it into space just to try and break through the lines. So that's what we're going to do there. In transition, we're going to take short kicks and we're going to distribute it quickly. Obviously we're going to counter, and we're going to counter press. So none of this regrouping malarkey. We might do if we go ahead in the game and we're just trying to hold on to it. We might start doing that, but for the test we ain't doing that. For phase 1 we ain't doing that. And then out of possession, we've got a higher defensive line and a higher line of engagement for the press. We're going to step up more. We're going to invite crosses. We're going to push people out to the wide because we've got the 3 centre backs in there. They should be more than capable of dealing with the crosses coming in. Yeah, and we're gonna press really hard and try and stop the keeper getting the ball out. So let's get to the game and let's see how this pans out against City in the Community Shield in this game. Well, good to see that the board have got a lot of faith in us. They expect us to lose to City, and the supporters are also predicting a defeat in the next match. So let's hope that I've got these tactics right, because it'd be nice to make them feel better. But you know, City are pretty good and United are pretty terrible. But let's see what we can do. We're headed into the first match full of optimism, and then Haaland's in. Oh, Haaland's in, and it's a goal. 7 minutes in. Maybe this isn't working. However, I'm forever optimistic, so I didn't give up. Well, nearly did. Come on, play that ball long. That's it. We're in. Come on, Bruno. Come on, Bruno. Bruno! Yes! Go on! We just managed to get ourselves back into the game, and things went from bad to worse. Tell you what, they're pinging it about here. De Bruyne. Ah, for fuck's sake, man. Bloody goal frenzy. This is annoying. Getting a bit annoyed about this. They're literally, the players are ridiculous in comparison, so might not be the best. Oh, that is, oh, come on, man. Takes it off him. Martinez. Over to a guy, and what is that? I mean, you can't even allow for that. Do you know what I mean? And then, just as you often see in real life, our Captain Marvel, Bruno Fernandes, stepped up to give us a lifeline with this. Come on, Bruno. Oh, what a goal from Bruno! Outstanding. Outstanding. Bruno. He comes from Sporting like Cristiano. That's it, that's the one. Oh, good ball there, Ghana. Go on. Oh, yes! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I was beginning to feel like settling for a draw might have been a good result. But then, in the 82nd minute, Ghana through to Mazraoui's bearing down on goal. Oh! think we played alright, actually. So if we look at the stats, we can see we had about one less shot on target and we had way better XG. We had 1.76 XG versus City's 1.29. 2 clear-cut chances versus their 0. You know, they had a bit more possession, which, you know, you'd expect at City. They were a bit better than us anyway, just in general in terms of personnel. Passes completed, they're obviously a lot better than us at 93, but that's their playing style. I think ours is a bit more sort of not as possession-based, a bit more sort of direct and chance-based, so potentially okay. So you can see there that we've got a good level of work rate as well at 148 intensive sprints, so I think it's a good start for the tactic, to be honest. It's a good start for the tactic. Given that we had a couple of poor performances from a few players, I don't think it's too bad a start. I think it's too early to say. Okay, so we're going to revisit this back three, and that defender that we had that was pushing up a little bit as a stopper just didn't work for me. I feel like that might have been what was causing it. So rather than having him as a stopper, we're going to pull that back down to ball playing defender, but we're going to put him just on normal defend. I think the rest of it kind of seemed to be okay. So let's try it out again on some other matches and see how we get on. To say that this game started off as a non-goal fest is an understatement. We got to 20 odd minutes and we barely even had a chance. To be fair, in the last game, when we changed it to more direct passing, we seemed to get a bit more joy. So we'll see how this half goes. So maybe we'll be changing that right about now. And even after going 1-0 down, things didn't even get any better. Nothing happened for a whole half of football apart from that one goal. We did nothing. Wow. Literally nothing happened at virtually all half. That is a shocking half of football. It feels like real life. But after a swift bollocking in the dressing room, we come out first half and we scored more or less straight away. Oh, Covey's done him. Good ball. Ah, what a finish by Højlund. As the game progressed, we continued to look dangerous from set pieces and we were getting quite a few corners. It's there! Casemiro! Late on in the 91st minute. Get in! Okay, so let's look at that. We've got 21 shots, 9 on target with an XG of 2.76. So clearly it's good at making chances, this tactic, right? Clear cut chances of 3. Possession was good, in fact, at 63 and 89% pass completion. So overall, this isn't too bad. So if we have a look at some of the data, actually, our positioning was better. We were a bit higher up the pitch in this game, which you'd expect. It's Everton. We were away though, so, you know, very promising. Okay guys, I've made a few more tweaks and I think I've got this working pretty well. Look at some of these results. Obviously we know that we had the first 2 games against City and Everton and we did alright, but then we've gone on to win at Southampton 2-0, battered Bournemouth 5-1, battered Tottenham 3-0, and we're 3-1 against Chelsea, and then we were 4-1, but that is in the Europa League against like FC Malmo. But then we beat Leeds 3-1 in the Carabao Cup, then we went on to beat Brentford 1-0, then we Sparta Prague 2-0, West Ham 4-0, and then we finally dropped our first points of the season against Brighton. Well, that's not the best because we've dropped some points. I'm pretty encouraged with that start. In fact, I'm very happy with it. We scored a lot of goals. In the league, we're 3rd. But actually, we will be top when we win our game in hand. Or should I say, if we win our game in hand. But we will win our game in hand, so we'll be top when we win our game in hand. Right? But actually, I'm really encouraged by the other numbers as well. So we've scored 21 goals and conceded 4. Right? So in the game, Arsenal have scored more. They've scored 27. Right, but you know they have lost a game. We've not lost in the league yet at all, and we've played 8 matches. So overall, fairly happy with it. Now let's look at some of the stats of some of these. So if we go back to the draw against Brighton and actually look into this, I got FN'd to death. I mean, look at this: 17 shots, 7 on target. Right, XG wasn't particularly high, 1.35. Possession not the best actually at 44. But overall, a hell of shots, right? A hell of shots. And clear-cut chances, let's have a look. 1 clear-cut chance, same as the other guys. So not the best in that, but we totally got FM. They had 1 shot on target, they scored a goal. And we drew 1-1. Standard. What are you going to do? Let's get into some of the tactics. Let's get to the bit that you all want to see, and this is the end of the tactic. We've kept the keeper exactly as it was last time. So we've restructured the central defence. What we've done is we've got the centre-back on just plain centre-back and cover. So I've made that Lenny Yoro, and essentially he just runs back and covers the space behind. Well, De Ligt and Martinez, in this case, they're the ones that push forward and form a little bit of a box midfield with the 2 central midfielders. So in the central midfield, we've got a ball-winning midfielder, which we had in the last iteration, and then we've got a box-to-box midfielder on the other one, so they're going to get up and down that space. Then on the instructions for these guys, we've just got tackle harder on the ball-winning midfielder and run from position on the box-to-box midfielder, and that is it. The only instruction that's changed on the wing backs is we're going to get them to run wide with the ball and stay wider, because I'm really keen that they provide the width. What we've done at the top of the formation is when it gets a little bit interesting. So you'll see that it's not particularly symmetrical. So I don't really subscribe to the fact that formations in Football Manager have to be symmetrical, but I do advise you to subscribe to this channel. Sorry about that, we'll get back to the tactic. Whilst this guy looks like he's not playing in that number 10 position, because it's inverted, he's going to cut inside from there, and actually he's going to be more playing in this space here, between that forward space there and this midfield space, so he's going to be tucking inside. And then we've got Rashford at the top as an advanced forward, and the only other instruction that we've added on there is run from position and to shoot more often, because we want that movement in these front three to just cause a bit of confusion. And that is the tactic in terms of the players and the player roles. In possession, this is what we've settled on. We've got passing to space. I sometimes take that off in the game, just depending on how that's panning out. We're going to focus the player down the left and the right. That again helps provide the width through the wing backs, whilst we're packing the centre of the pitch with the midfielders and the centre backs. And then we've gone for a standard directness here. Sometimes I push that up to this one, slightly more direct. I generally flip between the two depending on the game. The tempo we've just got slightly higher, low crosses, but importantly we're playing narrower. And again, this is just to push the centre of the pitch tight and give the wing backs a space down the outside. Then in transition, all we've got here is to take short kicks, so the keeper just distributes it like that. We wanted to distribute it quickly so we can get on the counter fast, counter press, and obviously counter attack when we've won the ball back. Fairly standard FM stuff, to be fair. Then we've got a high defensive line, a high press. We're going to make sure we're doing that pretty urgently, so more often when I'm chasing the game I might just flick that right to the top, prevent goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in, because we always want to be getting stuck in, right? So that is the top and bottom of that tactic. I will make it available for you to download, so I'll put it in the description, and let's see how you get on with it. I did make another variation of this, which is just a slight tweak, where we've got the winger on the other side, so sometimes then I can put Rashford in there, maybe play Højlund up top. But look, it seems to be working for me. I think I'm going to carry on with this save and make it my rebuild, because I've not spent any money at United, because guess what? Guess what? They actually don't have any money. So guys, if you made it this far in the video, you're a legend. And if you liked it, why don't you watch this one, just here, which is about what happens when City get punished for the 115 FFP charges. Maybe they'll get less money than United did in this save. That'd be good, wouldn't it?